Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode. In this episode, I'm just going to do a quick repotting of some of my plants, just two of my plants, actually. So I have the Palea plant, which is the pass it along money plant that has these little babies that are sprouting. And I want to try to grab those and plant those in these like smaller containers. And then I want to take this container and fill it with, I'm going to separate this peace lily plant because it is starting to grow. As you can see, some of these little seedlings are growing. These little leaves are growing. And so it's drooping. One, because it's needing more water, obviously, because there's a lot of plant growth that is happening. So I'm just going to separate this up a little bit, put that somewhat of part of this into here, and then transfer this plant into another pot. So it is like 9 o'clock, 8:59 on February 24th when I am recording this. So, and I have to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. So I am just trying to do the best that I can. And I'm really just trying to create a sense of, what can I get done, you know, with the little bit of time that I have. I think for a lot of us, we get caught up in the I don't have enough time, and I'm that way too. Like if I don't have an hour to, and I'm just taking you along with me so I could get some scissors to cut up, these bags that I have. So often I've gotten like overwhelmed because I say to myself like, oh, well, when I have like a full weekend day, I will spend time on my plants. And you guys, it just has not happened that way, right? Like I realized, because I was like, why am I not having any time to do any of my chores? And when I looked back on my calendar, like I have not had a quote unquote free Monday since January 6th, or a free Friday since that time as well. So, and then weekends is often kiddo stuff, and then during the week is like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, often session times. So I'm like, I have an hour. I'm going to just focus, and especially again because I'm seeing these little growths nuts, and I'm just gonna sort of tackle it. So let's just kind of get into it. I'm just gonna be quiet and just focus here so that you can just see what I'm doing. So one down. I just, I have to say, I have not liked the legginess of the money plant, and I have not quite figured out what I'm going to do about that. But I have to do a little bit of research about how to maybe cut or propagate these like little babies up here, and maybe get rid of this leggy branch. Not quite a fan. I like a sort of like the shorter playa plant, but so far so good. I just am taking that off because that looks like it's drooping anyways, and these need to be watered. So far so good. Now, I'm also recognizing, let's see, do I want to just do all three of these together? Like, do I want to do that? Or do I want to put them maybe in here? I think I want to put them maybe in here. So I feel like it feels very sloppy. I'm not going to lie, it feels very sloppy because I am not using like fresh new soil. I'm not like fertilizing it. It's not really growing season yet. I'm like reusing old soil. So I get that I may not be doing the most appropriate thing, but I'm also trying to give myself this element of grace because, again, I feel like I've gotten paralyzed by this idea that, I don't have all this time, and so I'm like, well, because I don't have time, I can't do it, and when I have time to research, I'll do it when I have time to research, and again, the reality is that there's never seems to be a good time to get this stuff done, and so it's like, like sometimes you just got to do it, and I go back and forth. Like, is it like, would you rather be, sloppy with it and have it done, or would you rather do it right, do it once, and be done with it? And I go back and forth with it. I tend to lean more into the, if you can't do it right, don't do it at all. But I feel like that's also paralyzed me, and that's gotten me in trouble. So I I am sort of trying out this way of just being like, bump it, like let's just do this, like, and not that we can say that we got it done, but we're not constantly sitting in the space of, oh God, like I need to get that done, I need to get that done, I need to get that done, and then you get frustrated because you're not getting it done, right? And so it's like, well, maybe it's better to just do something than to wait for the perfect time, and and be intentional or be hopeful for the capacity to try to make some time, to try to have some time in the future, a near future, especially when growing season starts, to be able to get back to this and to, do it properly, right? But for now, right, like I got these going and I'm okay with it, right? Now, on to this big girl here. And I used to give my plants names, and for whatever reason, I just haven't, and I missed that a little bit. That came out relatively easy. Okay, that's good. Man, you can see all the roots. I mean, they're not root bound. yet, but it looks like it was getting there. Anyways, I I used to give my plants names, and I haven't done that in a long time, either because I've lost so many plants, or I have too many plants, or again, it's like I don't have time to, I don't know, say name them, but to like go around my house and be like, hi, Charlie, hi, Bluey. So my favorite shows right now, well, because I have a 5-year-old and a 20-month-old, we're really into Bluey. And for a while, we were very much into Spider-Man, and now we're in Star Wars, and now we're into Sonic. So I could give my kids, oh, and my all-time favorite is Seinfeld. So I have given my plants Seinfeld names, and I've given my plants Bluey names. But again, as I've lost some, I have just stopped naming them. And then when you're like on the go and or neglecting them, it's very hard to be like, oh, hi, George, or hi, Jerry, or hi, Bluey, or, So, but I would like to get back to that. But for right now, again, it is like trying to meet their basic needs, these plants' basic needs, and allow them to thrive. So I'm just trying to gently pull apart these roots because I see some like bulbs that I could separate, but I can't get to them yet. Oh man. Okay. And I want to be gentle. I don't want to like force jam this. I may have to just put this under some water to help loosen the root ball a little bit here. And if you have any tips, for how to make this easier, I would love to hear them. As I said in a previous video, I'm really trying to learn how to be a plant parent, right? And not just go off of YouTube shorts or YouTube videos where everything looks easy and all you have to do is, and it's just, like, and I have said that like it's either people who don't know what they're talking about, who say like, oh, just do this, and they guide you to do something not smart, or it's people who have been doing it so long that it is very easy to them, and they're just like, well, just do that, and not realizing that people like me who are complete newbies don't really have the knowledge yet or the skill set to just be able to say, oh, just do this. Oh, shoot. I don't know what I did there, guys, but okay, we're trying. I'm trying here, and I don't want to be forceful, but I might have to be, looks like, maybe. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, boy. I just heard something. I heard crunch. But, okay. Man, these roots are really intertwined. And somebody may be at home screaming at me, and I'm sorry if I'm making a mistake here. Oh. But okay, looks like we got it. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. Got one. And we got two. So hopefully I haven't done irreparable harm here, but I have two plants now, and one is going to go in here. Okay, so let's just grab up some soil. And I have an old plant that it's like one of those self-watering things, which I know peace lilies love to be watered, and they love lots of light. So the question is, will that fit in here? Or do I have to spread this out even more? Okay, I'm going to spread this out even more. Okay. Okay, so we got this going here. Using up some of the soil. And really, you guys, I mean, I try to be very mindful of the fact that these are, these are living, beings. They have energy. They have spirit. They have, purpose. And I don't want to just be flippant with them. But it's a balance of also saying, I'm doing the best that I can, right? And some would argue that, well, maybe you shouldn't have plants. And that's a valid argument to be made. And I think the struggle with that is like, but, if I know that plants make me happy, and I know that just being around plants is good for my mental health, then I really want to try to have them, real ones, right? But I also can acknowledge that if I'm not going to do it properly and do right by them, then I shouldn't have them. But this is why I have made the commitment, this year to really be a good plant mama. So, like I said, any tips, any suggestions, I am always open and receptive to receiving them. With kindness, of course, like if it's like a mean comment, I would ask you to keep that to yourself. But if you have something that can be helpful and can help me in my journey and can help me in my growth, I welcome it and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you who are watching this, taking the time to watch this and, possibly cheer me on in my growth. So I'm trying. And as we prepare, I've got to tell you, I'm a little anxious about spring coming because I am also trying to grow. I don't even want to say grow like a garden, but when I say grow a garden, like grow some food, because I really want to create an environment where I'm teaching my kids where their food comes from. And also, like just this idea of, I think growing your own food is really life affirming. It's also like a great self-esteem builder as far as I'm concerned. And for me, it's like a form of self-care, as a therapist. I hear lots of really hard stories, and the ability for Mother Nature to then nourish me. I just love the idea of that. And so I am committed to the idea of, nourishing myself through the earth, through Mother Earth. And so these are my goals. But I also know, like, I have got to do some prep work, right? We're in February, and I'm already starting to see videos from people who are like, you can start to plant this in March. And I am not anywhere near that. It's cold in New Jersey. It's, you know, like there's just the de-weeding for me that I need to do. You know, all the things. So I could get caught up in the I don't have enough time and have analysis paralysis, or I can just get to work. And so this is my commitment. This is my effort. So, guys, it is, yeah, just need to get watered, right? And hopefully they perked up because they're thirsty. I could, you know, that's one of the sort of few things I could say, oh, I know when my peace lily is thirsty, needs water, because it starts to droop. But you don't want to get into the habit of that. I'm learning, because that's obviously not good for their, I guess, their cycle of life. And so you never want to get to that place. But it's been needing more water more frequently. I guess there's growth happening. And so that's, yeah. So I have this plant done. I have this plant repotted. I'll take that dead leaf off. Okay. I have my Chinese money plant. And then I have this baby plant, right? So that was all, that's 9:20. So 25 minutes, 30 minutes, let's just say, even say 30 minutes by the time I finish cleaning up. I got to, you know, do a little bit of work on my plant chores. So hopefully I have encouraged you, if you need to get some plant chores done, go ahead and, you know, just challenge yourself to do that. You know, find 30 minutes where you can, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe even if it's like prepping the soil. But just, you know, giving yourself 20 minutes to say, what can I get done in 20 minutes? It may not be perfect, it may not be great, but it's something. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.